In December of 2019, the coronavirus was first identified, which was the beginning of the change of everyday life. It quickly began to spread over the rest of the world, causing mass lockdowns as well as many deaths. Many went to work immediately on a solution in the form of a vaccine. In December of 2020, the first COVID-19 vaccine was administered in America. Since then, Americans have been able to gain access to the vaccine. I sat with 3 college students who each got a different form of the vaccine, and they were able to explain their experiences.
I got the Pfizer vaccine about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The actual process of going online and registering for the vaccine was really easy, and then going and getting it was the only hard part, just because it took a sizable amount of time. You go over to the vaccine site. They were splitting up the cars into 2 lines depending on if you had already printed out and filled out the paperwork, and then they had employees walking around in the early section of the line handing out paperwork and checking it to make sure that you had filled it out properly. And then you would get to another checkpoint where more employees were walking around, and they would take the paperwork and take your insurance card and fill out that information onto it. And then you just waited in line until you got over to the tent where they actually were giving out the vaccine. They'd take your paperwork, double check it again, give you the shot, give you the card, and then you would pull over to a waiting area where you would have to wait 15 minutes to make sure that no really bad side effects happened, and then pull away. So it just took a little bit of time to do it. Immediately after I felt all right, by the next morning would probably be when I really felt it, and especially in the injection area, and then I had some mild symptoms, but nothing too bad.
I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine on March 15th, or sorry, April 15th. It wasn't too difficult for me. I just signed up through the LA Public Health website, and I was able to get an appointment within the next couple of days. And I just went to the center, waited for about half an hour, and got my vaccine. So there was just this very large kind of center parking structure sort of a thing. We were able to just drive in, and then they took all of our information. We just had like a QR code that they had to scan up at the front. And once they checked us off for that, we were able to stand in line. And then after that, we once again just gave our information. We gave them like verbal consent to administer the vaccine. And then there was another sort of queue area where they gave us the shots. It was administered by like military personnel, I believe. And then after that, we just had a 15-minute waiting period where there were rows of chairs, and we just waited there to see if there was any type of allergic reaction. And after that, we were able to just get going.
I got the Moderna vaccine. I got my first dose in early February and my second dose on March 5th. I didn't think the process was extremely difficult. I was part of the tier system because I worked in childcare and education, and with the help of the directors and all of my supervisors and coworkers, I was able to get the vaccine sooner than most of the population. So I registered online with the county. I live in South Lake Tahoe, so that's in El Dorado County. I scheduled a vaccine appointment, and the first time I got my vaccine appointment, it was canceled because of a snowstorm. So I thought it was difficult to get another appointment, and I was scared that I wasn't going to have the chance to get the vaccine until a later date. But I managed to schedule an appointment, and I went into a health department center, and the process was super easy. The nurses were super helpful, and they informed me about the vaccine. I would say that everyone should do their part to stop the spread, and if it's ready for people to get the vaccine, if you can get it online, if you can get it at a health center, I would say do it. Do your part.